Hi, boys and girls. We're going to read a story today called The Mitten by Jan Brett. And Mrs. Forand has a big white mitten and she's going to put all the animals in it. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. But then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow. See, it's right here, and was left behind. And let's see what animal finds it first. A mole. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed himself inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. Let's see who's next. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Next, a hedgehog. Here comes Hedgie the hedgehog. He came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. Who's coming next? What animal is this? An owl, right? As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Here's a tricky animal. Do you know the name of this animal? He kind of looks like a skunk, but he's not a skunk. It's a badger. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and he began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in, and when the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave Fox lots of room. Here comes a funny one. Look who's coming. It's a big bear. Can a bear fit in a mitten? No, right? Very silly. But a big great bear lumbered by, and he spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in, and the animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? So the mitten swelged and stretched, and it was pulled and bulged too many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Achoo! And the force of the sneeze shot the mittens into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. But let's see, at the very end of the book, there's one page left with no words on it. But it's a picture, see? And it's a big mitten and a little mitten. Why do you think that that one's so big? Is that because all the animals stretched it out, right? Yeah, the end. Okay, we're going to do our 5 Little Snowmen song. Remember we learned the 5 Little Snowmen song? So let's get up our 5 Little Snowmen all in a row. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 5 little snowmen all in a row. 5 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. 1 little snowman melted away. 4 little snowmen all in a row. 4 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. 1 little snowman melted away. 3 little snowmen all in a row. 3 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. 1 little snowman melted away. How many left? 2, right? 2 little snowmen all in a row. 2 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. 1 little snowman melted away. 1 little snowman all in a row. 1 little snowman all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. 1 little snowman melted away. How many left? 0, right? Remember, 0 is the circle number or the oval number. 0 snowmen, they all melted away. Remember, we talked about why it melted. It has to be hot out, right? Not just sunny, but it has to have warm weather to melt away. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.